Greetings and welcome once again to Championship Wrestling 84. I'm Gordon Soley, your host. With me, Barbara Clary and Buddy Colt. And Barbara, your Take 5 concerns a gentleman we just saw on the screen.
That's right. The one-man gang is going to be with me to discuss some interesting things that have happened to him lately.
And they are interesting indeed. Buddy, on top of that, we've got some tremendous action upcoming during this hour.
That's right. One of the big matches today that you won't want to miss is there's going to be a big six-man tag team match with Blackjack Mulligan, Chief Joe Lightfoot, and Barry Windham going up against the team of Angelo Mosca, Cowboy Ron Bass, and Black Bart. This is going to be an exciting match that you won't want to miss.
No question.
One other thing, Gord, you know, it seems like a lot of the wrestling fans have been asking me about where is Mike Davis. I asked around some of the wrestlers in the dressing room earlier, and no one seems to know.
No, it's a mystery. I haven't been able to find out either, so if anybody does have a handle as to his location or whereabouts, so we'd appreciate having him contact us, at least let us know what's happening. Also, we'll be seeing the Guerrero brothers in action today and the breakdancers. There's something else.
I haven't seen them myself yet, but I'm really anxiously waiting for that.
They are indeed an interesting combination, and we'll be seeing them a little bit later on. And a little bit later, too, we're going to be talking to Billy Jack. And, in fact, I think I see him coming right now, so let's hold up for just a second and chat with this man, the gentleman who has come back after suffering a broken hand, but wants that Florida Heavyweight Championship.
Gordon, how you doing, man? Buddy, how you doing, man?
Oh, Billy.
How's your hip doing?
Coming along just fine.
Okay, fantastic. Look, I came here from the Northwest, and how all you fans doing, by the way, too? I love Florida and the way you've been treating me, and I'm wrestling for you all the way. All I want to say right straight to the point is I want the Florida heavyweight belt back around my waist because I represent the people. I lost the belt because of my hand, but I'm not going to make any excuses. Billy Graham's the only man to pin my shoulders to the matches I've been here in Florida. I don't care if it's Jacksonville, Sarasota, Lakeland, Tampa, St. Petersburg, wherever the match is going to be signed, where it's going to be in a cage, or whatever it's going to be, I don't care. But I want the belt around my waist because I'm Billy Jack, the people's choice, and I'm fighting for you all people out there. That's really all I got to say. I hope you get a lot better, Gordon, because you're a fantastic man and the best announcer in professional wrestling. And Buddy Colt, likewise, my friend. Thank you, dog.
Billy Jack, thank you so very much, and certainly let's hope that we see that Florida Heavyweight Championship belt back around Billy Jack's waist in the very, very near future. There's certainly an open challenge has been made to the superstar Billy Graham. Let's go back now to the the Eddie Graham Sports Stadium in Orlando, Florida, and pick up the conclusion of the match between Mike Rotundo and the one-man gang.
It looks like the referee is asking the one-man gang if he wants to give it up, if he wants to submit. Because right now it's going to be up to the one. Looks like the one-man gang was able to come out. But no, Mike Rotundo able to pull him right back in there. He's got his toe. He's twisting his toe around. He's got this toe hold on the leg is grapevine. The one-man gang is grimacing in pain. You look at the expression on his face. You can hear him screaming, hear him squealing. Look at that face. He is in a lot of pain right now. He's going to have to do something very fast. I don't know how much longer he can take this pressure on his leg.
Meantime, Rotundo, and it may be that fatigue is really setting in on Rotundo, because thus far he's unable to put the one-man gang away, but he is hanging in tenaciously. You talk about tremendous spirit, great intestinal fortitude. This Mike Rotundo has it, no question about it. One-man gang back to his feet, but he's got problems. He has got problems, but he catches Rotundo on the top of the head. Rotundo's eyes glazed. And it's Rotundo. Caught right above our broadcast table. Rotundo. Forearm directly across the back. Pinched him back in that thoracic region, then one to the side of the... Rotundo goes back with an elbow to the ample midriff of the one-man gang, and Rotundo again up against those ring ropes right above us.
Well, it seems like Rotundo right now is starting to show some fatigue from all this long, trying wrestling that he has done tonight. He's going to have to do something to try and get his wind back, get away from the one-man gang, lay down, roll out on the floor, take an 8 or a 9 count, and come back into the ring. Seems like the one-man gang's left leg has been injured, but Mike Rotundo is going to have to do something to get the one-man gang off his feet and back down on his back again.
And it may be just a little bit too late. Rotundo trying to get that adrenaline going again. And the crowd responding to it as Mike Rotundo circles the ring and comes up. Wow! He caught the one-man gang with everything that he had. And again, Rotundo powering away. Rotundo staggers the one-man gang. He's got him in trouble. Catches him top of the head, the back of the top of the head. A drop kick, and the one-man gang is almost all the way through the ropes. The one-man gang in trouble and almost all the way through the ropes. And time is rapidly running out on this hour of Championship Wrestling 84. Mike Rotundo closes in again. And it is Rotundo dropping the one-man gang back to the canvas. But, buddy, right now we're watching a match that is 24 minutes old. Mike Rotundo against the one-man gang. And, man, it has been some kind of a battle.
This is a grueling match. I don't know how Mike Rotundo has been able to stay up under this pressure for so long. Mike Rotundo had wrestled a match earlier prior to this where he would wrestle probably at least 20 minutes. He came back in the ring to going up against the one-man gang, and now they're about 25 minutes in this match, and both of these men are having to get very weary, very tired. The strain on your body from wrestling. Remember, and professional wrestling is not like football or baseball or boxing. Boxing, every 3 minutes you get a minute break. Right here, there's 450 pounds on his shoulders.
He has got him up in the airplane spinning. This is absolute... Broken up by Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and the referee immediately calling for the bell. The referee calling for the bell, and wait a minute. Mike Rotundo devastated by Sir Oliver Humperdinck and by the one-man gang, and a lot of vicious punishment being put down here. But the referee quickly disqualifying.
Well, you know, Gordon, sometimes I don't think a disqualification of something like this is quite enough. There should be more involved in that. Mike Rotundo, with that airplane spin, that's his pinning combination. He had a 450-pounder defeated.
Two great nights of wrestling upcoming. This coming Wednesday night, Championship Wrestling returns to Miami Beach in the Miami Beach Convention Center. And on Saturday night, July 21st, Championship Wrestling will be held in Fort Lauderdale at the Sunrise Musical Theater. And now let's listen to these comments from Barbara Clary.
Miércoles, el 18 de julio, a las 8 de la noche, en el Centro de Convenciones en Miami Beach, la lucha libre de campeones presentará para el título de Florida Dusty Rhodes contra Superstar Billy Graham y 7 luchas más. Miércoles, el 18 de julio, a las 8 de la noche, en el Centro de Convenciones en Miami Beach.
Now, this coming Wednesday night in Miami Beach in the Florida Championship match, Dusty Rhodes takes on Superstar Billy Graham. In a special grudge match, the one-man gang has Cowboy Ron Bass. Blackjack Mulligan and Chief Joe Lightfoot face Black Bart and Angelo Mosca. In a special attraction, it'll be Barry Windham versus Kevin Sullivan. There will be four other matches, rather. And, of course, at the Sunrise Musical Theater, A Night with the Stars upcoming on the 21st. And in a U.S. Tag Team Championship return match, it'll be Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo taking on Hector and Chavo Guerrero. The other matches, as you can see, were being flashed on the screen. I wanted to take a moment now to talk to Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo about that two very important nights of wrestling.
Well, you know, the one we're looking for is the one against the Guerreros. Really, Mike and our team that night, we're defending our United States Tag Team Championship. I mean, the two Guerreros have always got something up their sleeve. They're always trying to pull something, a foot on the ropes, trying to pull your tights. And we're watching you, too. And you're not going to walk away with the titles on that Saturday night.
You're going to have to pull something awful sneaky to get away with these titles, Guerrero, because we've seen it all from you guys. And Barry and I repeat, we will be ready for you in Fort Lauderdale.
That's right.
All right, that is a return U.S. Tag Team Championship match Saturday night, the 21st. Buddy, it was about 4 months ago, if I remember correctly, that a one-man gang and Dusty Rhodes had a match here on television that ended up as a total disaster for the one-man gang.
Well, it really did. It seemed like the ligaments were torn in the one-man gang's knee and the leg there, and he was out of action for just about 2 months where he couldn't participate in wrestling at all.
Hey, what we're going to do, just to give you an indication of the kind of resiliency this man does have, though, let's go back in time now, again. And this time, about 4 months ago, when Dusty Rhodes faced the 450-pound one-man gang here on Championship Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match won followed a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Chicago, Illinois, 450 pounds, one-man gang. His opponent, entering the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 260 pounds, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Okay, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes facing the one-man gang. It's the match we mentioned earlier on in the program about one of the great matches. And boy, the one-man gang caught Rhodes in that corner and drove him to the mat. The one-man gang at 450 pounds, still punishing Rhodes. And Rhodes outside the ring and the one-man gang right after him.
Well, you know, Gordon, this here would be a main event in any arena in the entire country, and the one-man gang is chasing Dusty Rhodes out into the audience. There has been absolutely no wrestling thus far in this match. All just in the hands of the one-man gang, complete mayhem.
Rhodes in trouble now as the one-man gang closes in out on that knee again. And it looks to me like the one-man gang has got some pretty serious damage to that knee.
You know, Gordon, this here is the same hole that Mad Dog Boss Sawyer broke Ray Harris' leg with just a couple weeks ago. This is a damaging hole. There is virtually no escaping once this hole is applied in the center of the ring. One of the very few holes for which there is no counter.
Well, it was a hole that Eddie Graham used and perfected. And I'll tell you what, it is proven to be so highly effective. And it is apparent here that the one-man gang is not able to walk. So the ligaments of the cartilage, possibly in that knee, have been ripped or have been stretched to a point where and that's 450 pounds that they're going to have to try and load up on a stretcher. And they're trying to... and he is in tremendous pain, as you can tell. He can't even stand to have anybody touch it, but they've got to get him up on that stretcher.
There's your beef right there, Gordon. There's your beef, Dennis.
Those are the comments of Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. So there's the beef.
Need relief from athlete's foot?
Feel the Desonex difference.
And there is a difference because medicated Desonex does more than just cure athlete's foot. Want cooling, soothing relief?
Feel the Desonex difference.
Desonex soothes burning feet, cools tender feet. Want relief from cracked, itchy feet?
Feel the Desonex difference.
Desonex relieves itching, gives real foot comfort, and used daily, Desonex helps prevent reinfection. Feel the Desonex difference.
That's me in car number 18, a Mercury Capri. I'm Lynn St. James, and I always pick a top performer like Hollywood Lincoln Mercury. You know, it's not just the car you drive, but the backup you get that really makes the difference. And whether you get a new Mark 7, Marquis, Cougar, Lynx, or a fine used car, you'll get top performance in sales and service at Hollywood Lincoln Mercury. Make a pit stop here and see for yourself on US 1 at Sheridan.
This is Friedlander Financial's Loan Central. This is where Friedlander Home Equity Loan Specialists help you get the money you need. 9 out of 10 homeowners who call Friedlander get the check they need within 1 week. Whether you need $5,000, $10,000, even $100,000, normally 1 week is all it takes. To apply, please call this number.
Friedlander always has money to lend.
In Florida, call the Friedlander location nearest you.
America needs the very best. The finest engineers.
We're testing it today. It'll work.
The bravest soldiers.
Get out of the way.
What's the problem with the tank?
And one of the best comedies of the summer.
He said for $50 he told you to a gas station. $50. It's so funny.
Dudley Moore.
Genius is an overused word.
Eddie Murphy. Best Defense, rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you. Check newspapers for listings.
The one-man gang has joined me at the desk. You've just seen his leg broken by Dusty Rhodes. Pros expect and receive numerous injuries, and this man has got a reputation for never backing down from any confrontation. It was common knowledge that he was in the corner of Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Some even suggested that he was maybe under the influence of Kevin Sullivan. But something happened in Lakeland to change that. So let's take a look now of the return match of Dusty Rhodes and the one-man gang in the Lakeland Civic Center.
It was an accident. I landed on top of Humperdinck. You know, just I don't realize what had happened. I get up and it was just an accident. So Humperdinck, he's out of it. So I'm just there. I am trying to help the man out of the ring. So the match is still going on. You know, it's just no disqualification. So the match is still going on. Humperdinck's out of it.
So you would think that it would be your responsibility to continue with the match?
Sure, it's my responsibility. I'm out there trying to defeat the man. That's what Humperdinck always told me to do, is win any way you can win. So, it was an accident, like I said, but I'm trying to continue the match, trying to defeat the man, because that's where the big bucks is. You win the match, you get some big bucks. So the match is continuing, you know, Rhodes is busted open, he's bleeding, and we're just trading it back and forth. And so, you know, that's all it is right now, is just a back-and-forth match.
In the meantime, Humperdinck is still in the ring.
Hey, you can see right there, we had both of us go down. Rhodes is out on the floor. Here I am. I'm a little dazed right now. Right there, you can see Humperdinck and Superstar and Cowboy Ron Bass come out there. You know, I'm out there. I think they're giving Humperdinck aid, you know, like anybody would think. And right here, boom. Superstar karates me in the back, puts the full Nelson on me. There goes Ron Bass. He's got his cowboy boot in his hand, right in the head, again, and again right there. I have no idea where I'm at. I'm out of it right there. Both men right there in the ring. Humperdinck's over there on the floor. He's laughing about it. Ron Bass is taking his belt off. I have no idea where I'm at. I'm laying there. I'm out of it. Right there. I didn't even realize who it was at the time, you know. I was just in the ring. I didn't realize who it was till I saw the videotape. And they're just, hey, what can you say? They're beating the fool out of me right here.
So apparently Humperdinck wasn't injured nearly as badly as...
No, the way it seems to me is these two men came out to aid Humperdinck, and you know, me and Humperdinck's been having a few words here and there anyways, but the way it seems to me, Humperdinck ordered Cowboy Ron Bass, the Superstar, to jump me from behind, you know, and here I am in the middle of the ring, so, you know, what can I say? Right there's the picture. Yeah, Dusty Rhodes don't know what happened either. He's out on the floor. I had my back to the men. I don't know what happened. Like I said, till later, the VTR, I don't know what's going on. But this is later back in, this is supposed to be my dressing room. This is my stuff they're throwing around. My personal goods, my valuables, my fur, my chain, all my clothes. This is, you know, like I said, I'm totally confused. So I don't know what's happening. And I'm coming to pick the stuff up. So it's my valuables. I have to pick them up.
So has this caused you to make decisions about your career and what you're going to do with it?
Right. Like I said, I'm lost right now. I'm confused. I don't know what's happening. All I know is I have two people jump me in the ring, and I come down to my dressing room, you know, to shower up and be ready to leave, because as you can see, they laced me wide open, and the door's shut, all my valuables are strewn out on the floor. You know, I'm just, I didn't understand it. I didn't know what was going on. I was just confused. I was lost. Here I'm trying to get in. The door's never shut. They never shut the door. Here I am trying to get in. I don't understand it.
And you never got any chance to explain what happened?
No, I didn't. No explanation. No explanation. I was locked out of my own dressing room. That's all I know is I was locked out. My stuff was thrown out. And like I said, me and Humperdinck had had a few words, you know, in the past, you know, recently, but I didn't think they were this serious, but I guess they are this serious. And that's the picture right there. That's all I know is right there. That's all I know. And I'll tell you, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not guilty of anything I've done in the past. You know, like five of us jumped Blackjack Mulligan and beat the man up severely. You know, I'm not saying I wasn't involved, but as it seems right now, you know, what goes around comes around, as right there in Lakeland proved it. You know, superstar Billy Graham and cowboy Ron Bass, from the orders, I'm sure, of Oliver Humperdinck, jumped me from behind. And somewhere down the line, you know, I'm going to get these two men in the ring somewhere down the line, and whether it's tag, if I can get me a good tag team partner, anybody, you know, or I can take them on singles, but superstar Billy Graham, cowboy Ron Bass, Oliver Humperdinck, them three men right there, the main three men that jumped me from behind, they split me wide open. Them three men right there is the one I'm looking for, and I know, Miss Claire, that there's an underlying evil force much stronger than these three men. I know there's a much evil force, and I think we all know who I'm talking about. I don't have to mention any names. This man's been on the scene, you know, causing things evil to happen for a long, long time. And that night in Lakeland, you know, the evil in that dressing room, you know, with Humperdinck, Kevin Sullivan, the evil is so thick over there you can cut it with a knife, you know. Like, I was confused all the time. I've been over there for months and months, night after night. I was confused. I didn't realize what was going on. And then in Lakeland this Saturday night, Dusty Rhodes was the first man ever to show me that I could stand on my feet like a man on my own, because I'd always had Humperdinck or Sullivan or somebody there saying, you know, one-man gang, you do this, you do that, you know, like I always had like a little, they was leaning post for me, but that night was the first time ever in my life that I found out I could stand on my feet like a real man should stand on his feet.
Well, in view of this situation, Dusty Rhodes had some comments to make, so now let's go to Dusty.
Now, let me tell you something, gang. Now, the words come down, you got thrown out of your home, your house, the dressing room. I mean, you're walking down the hall, I heard, with your equipment in your hand. Now, a few months ago when this started, when I broke your leg, I tried to tell you in a violent manner how it was between me and the family and them guys over there. See, and any time, I haven't spoken to the family about this thing. Now, you've called for me to be your partner. Well, I've always done what I wanted to do and with who I wanted to. You know how bad I can get. You know how really mean and ornery I can get. So I know one thing. If it's time for you to break loose and come right, then our family's always accepted anybody that wanted to come right. And I'm just gonna make it real plain and simple. I'll be your partner. And if you're serious about coming right, you'll have a family, and you won't have a dressing room to be thrown out of. You'll have one to live in and socialize in and be part of. But if you don't come right, and it's bad judgment on my part, Bobby ain't gonna like it. Barry ain't gonna like it. Billy Jack ain't gonna like it. And Dusty Rhodes and his sister ain't gonna like it. Because now you know how it feels, Daddy. So I'll show up, you do your part, and the family will do theirs.
That's the American dream, and that's our take 5 for this week.
I took Rolaids for 10 years. Now I get better relief from Tempo.
With Tempo, no more tongues. It took remarkable tempo to make these heartburn and gas sufferers switch.
Tempo's soft, not hard and chalky. So it dissolves fast, fights acid and gas.
And the soft tempo form holds more medicine than the leading tablet. 75% more acid-relieving medicine.
Better relief than Rolaids or Tums.
Switch to better relief. Switch to soft tempo.
Your hottest ticket to a week of rock and roll is right here. Solid Gold Hits keeps the beat hot with Christopher Cross, Tina Turner, Men at Work, Missing Persons, and the Human League on stage. Plus, videos from Rick Springfield, Jefferson Starship, the Alan Parsons Project, and Weird Al Yankovic. First, we'll kick you head over heels with a double play from the Go-Go's. Plus, look again lip syncers that'll have you begging for more all week with Solid Gold Hits.
Monday at 6 on WCIX Channel 6. Monday starts off an unconventional week of movies when Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway team up in Chinatown. Wednesday night at 8, Keep Off the Streets. It's Steve McQueen in Bullet. Thursday, the chase continues with Richard Roundtree in Shaft's Big Score. Paul Newman wraps up Private Eye Week as Harper. So don't turn to the conventional, turn to action with Private Eye Week on the 8 o'clock movie here on WCIX Channel 6.
I don't want to take a dive now and lose the woman I love most.
On the next Greatest American Hero, More Than Ralph's love life is in trouble as terrorists attempt to spread deadly poison gas at a rock concert.
Blow it up! If he was to sabotage those tankers while that concert is going on, can you imagine?
Will Ralph stop the kid's big break from going up in smoke? Watch the next exciting episode of The Greatest American Hero.
Tonight at 7 on WCIX Channel 6.
Waiting now for the appearance of the breakdancers, and believe you me, they are a challenge, these breakdancers. Buddy, this will be your first opportunity to see them in action, but there's something else.
Well, you know, I've heard about them in the past, but this is my first time.
And as they come out, a little breakdancing going on the floor. They've got the music going, and it will be, indeed, the breakdancers against the Infernos 1 and 2. One fall, a 10-minute time limit. They're a extremely muscular pair of athletes. Referee Bill Alfonso sending them back to their corner. They stay in constant movement.
Well, you know, Gordon, I've been reading about these men in all the wrestling magazines. I've heard a lot about them throughout the years, but this is the first opportunity I've had to see them. And I hear they are a very exciting team. He's getting off to a very fast start here.
The Inferno lashes out, caught him with a boot to the midsection after 2 quick takedowns. Good, high leapfrog into a drop kick by the breakdancers. Tag is made. And as the Inferno tried to explode a couple of right hands to the midsection, he very quickly brought him up into a full body slam. High backdrop. Russian leg sweep very, very effectively. A quick foot over. Came out of it on the count of 2, however.
Well, you know, Gordon, they are constant action. They're always in motion here, constantly moving, staying close to their corner where you can't have those fast tags. The big, high flying drop kick right upside his chin, up his, right on the side of the forehead.
Count of 3. And the breakdancers may have set a new tag record. As I said, they are indeed a challenging team. Let's take a moment now to talk about wrestling this coming Wednesday night in Miami Beach at the Miami Beach Convention Center. The Florida Heavyweight Championship goes on the line. Dusty Rhodes going after superstar Billy Graham. In a special grudge match, it will be the one-man gang against Cowboy Ron Bass. In a bunkhouse match, Blackjack Mulligan and Chief Joe Lightfoot face Black Bart and Angelo Mosca. Barry Windham takes on Kevin Sullivan. The Guerrero brothers will be there. And there'll be a host of other great matches taking place on the 14th. Correction, the 18th, I'm sorry. Now then, on Saturday the 21st, Championship Wrestling will be held in Fort Lauderdale at the Sunrise Musical Theater. Championship Wrestling presents A Night with the Stars and a special challenge. Dusty Rhodes and the one-man gang face superstar Billy Graham and Cowboy Ron Bass. If Dusty wins, he gets 5 minutes alone with Sir Oliver Humperdinck. There'll be a host of other great matches. We'll tell you more about those later on. Right now, let me talk to Blackjack Mulligan and Chief Joe Lightfoot about Wednesday night in Miami, a bunkhouse match. Anything goes.
Anything goes, M. Soley. Tous les Canadiens français, tous les Haïtiens de langue française. Un bunkhouse match, c'est un match que tout va. Prendre les chaises, des ceintures, des bottes de cowboy. On se bat comme on se bat dans les rues. Ça va être demain qu'il va se passer. Ces deux individus, right? Maintenant, on fait tellement de dommages en Floride. On essaie de blesser énormément de lutteurs. Cette fois ici, là, Jack Morgan et moi-même, on va aller là pour essayer de faire un peu de justice en Floride.
Well, it just so happens that Broken Feather agrees with everything that the little chief said. The little chief ain't never been in a bunkhouse, so I took him down out behind the ranch house. I said, Chief, this is the bunkhouse, and here's what goes on. After about the 13th Jack Daniels bottle across the head, the little chief is ready. So Angelo Mosca and Black Bart, you had better be ready like you never be before. Come dressed like you always do. I don't know what you people in Massachusetts do. I got a pretty good idea. And Bart, he always dressed like a pig anyway. So come on and show up as you are. Bunkhouse rules, someone will get hurt in Miami.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's listen to these comments now from Angelo Mosca and others of his ilk.
Mr. Botany 500 over there talking about somebody dressing like a pig. Well, Mulligan, I'm going to have you know one thing, that I was born of tradition and nurtured by pride. I'm the man who walks and talks from the streets. I don't know anything about no bunkhouse or a cowhouse, but there's a lot of chips to be thrown around. You better get your boots on because it's going to be deep and thick. Because when you're so nervous, Mulligan, and you look up at me, and you see Black Bart, and we look right in that chief's eyes, speaking at en français, we're going to make him say, Mosca and Bart are the greatest two wrestlers the NWA has ever seen today.
Saturday night, the 21st of July, Sunrise Musical Theater, A Night with the Stars. You got it right. Big match on that card. Ronnie Bass and superstar Billy Graham stepping into the ring with Dusty Rhodes and that country bumpkin oaf, the one-man gang, the man I kicked out of camp. I don't want nothing more to do with him. I fired him on the spot. One-man gang and Dusty Rhodes. Quite a combination. I never thought I'd live to see it. But we're going to see it on the 21st at the Sunrise with a little special stipulation. Has me upset, has me worried. If Rhodes' team wins, the one-man gang will get 5 minutes alone with me. I want you to guarantee me right now it won't happen. Don't let that big oaf put his hands on me, Bass.
You know something? I carried the man for a while. I made him a United States Tag Team Champion with me, but the man couldn't hold up his end, like you say, Hump. The man is incompetent. So your incompetency has cost you, brother, and we'll see you Saturday night right here, brother. Ain't gonna happen, Hump.
Well, first of all, you got him Wednesday night in Miami Beach at the Convention Center. You and the Cowboy Ron Bass one-on-one.
That's right. Wednesday night at the Convention Center, Cowboys one-on-one. But what I want to talk about is Sunrise. Saturday night, Sunrise Musical Theater in Fort Lauderdale. You know, I went and asked the American Dream. I asked the man, I said, would you be my partner? The man put me out for 5 weeks. There's no man alive that's ever done that. The man is tough, so I asked him, would you be my tag team partner against these two men? Because all they know how to do is back jump, and it's not too much of a fair fight, 2 and 3 on 1. And American Dream said, sure, gang, I will take you as your partner. You know, you don't have too much trust right now, but I'm telling you right now, Dream, I won't turn my back on you, and I expect the same from you. It's the Cowboy Ron Bass and superstar Billy Graham. When we finish up, when the American Dream and myself finishes with you, and one of you's laid out and we got the pinfall, I get 5 minutes with Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
You've both worked hard to establish a wonderful way of life. But what if one of you were no longer in the picture? Luckily, you have total way of life coverage from Independent Life. It protects your total lifestyle so that you can go on living in the manner to which you've grown accustomed. When an agent from Independent Life calls, talk to him about total way of life.
People really get into Tuesday night baseball with the New York Yankees on WCIX Channel 6.
Outfielders are moving in for this one. There's the pitch. And he swings it. A long drive deep into center field. It's going. It's going. Does he have it?
The Rangers are stampeding eastward to take on the New York Yankees Tuesday night baseball at 8:30 on WCIX Channel 6. Go ahead, get into it.
Well, it's obvious, buddy, they've lost one member of their group in the one-man gang. But it appears to me that Kevin Sullivan is drifting farther and farther over the edge.
You know, Gordon, it's very strange, this evil force that seems to surround Kevin Sullivan. I don't really understand it, so I can't really elaborate on what it is with this man. He's so strange and unpredictable, but nevertheless, he's a dangerous man in or out of the ring.
No question about it, and he has a way of psyching his opponents as well. Let's take a look at a recent time when Kevin Sullivan approached the ring at the Lakeland Civic Center. Go there and have a word with him.
See this evil, satanic look on Kevin Sullivan's face, and Gordon Soley is going over to have an interview with Kevin Sullivan. Let's go to Gordon Soley at ringside.
Mr. Sullivan, there has been a lot of comment that you seem to be slipping farther and farther over the edge.
I'm slipping farther and farther over the edge. That is not the truth. First of all, the so-called giant one-man gang, do not cross me. You're not the only giant that I put under. You know, you're talking about me slipping. I'm going to tell you something. After the last ever Hangman's Noose match, where Mulligan and I both survived, and I do not know how he survived, because when I reached up and pulled the noose down and put it over his head and cinched up, I could hear the death wagon start to roll. But somehow he escaped, because that night he had a power that I couldn't defeat. There was some kind of power that he had that night that he drew, and he got away. I was summoned that evening to the temple by Habuddin himself. And after much feasting and after much rejoicing, Habuddin gave me the beetle nut to chew on. And as I chewed upon the nut, things got clearer. And I asked Habuddin himself, I said, please, give me something to destroy the family. Because the head of the family, Blackjack Mulligan, has a power that even I cannot understand. That he draws upon this power from someplace I cannot even understand it.
Not the key, but the lock. Very interesting. We'll be back. Two great nights of wrestling upcoming. First of all, wrestling this Wednesday night in Miami Beach at the Miami Beach Convention Center. The Florida Championship goes on the line. Dusty Rhodes after superstar Billy Graham. One-man gang in a grudge match against Cowboy Ron Bass. There'll be a bunkhouse match, Blackjack Mulligan and Chief Joe Lightfoot against Black Bart and Angelo Mosca. Barry Windham takes on Kevin Sullivan. There will be 4 other matches. And now, here's Barbara Clary.
Miércoles, el 18 de julio, a las 8 de la noche, en el Centro de Convenciones en Miami Beach, la lucha libre de campeones presentará para el título de Florida Dusty Rhodes contra Superstar Billy Graham y 7 luchas más. Miércoles, el 18 de julio, a las 8 de la noche, en el Centro de Convenciones en Miami Beach.
And then, of course, Saturday night championship wrestling does come to Fort Lauderdale in the Sunrise Musical Theater. That'll be match time is 8 p.m. Championship Wrestling presents A Night with the Stars.
Next on Barney Miller, Wojo buys a bird.
What's going on? This is a crook that sold me a defective bird. Wojo.
And the man tries suicide.
Give me my job. It's finally just got to me.
Mr. Elkins works as a volunteer on the suicide hotline.
Mr. Tragus, have a seat, will you?
There are people who know I've come here.
Barney Miller, Monday at 7 on WCIX Channel 6.
It's time now for our Missing Children's Bulletin of the Week. And we have 2 missing juveniles this week that we would like to bring to your attention. This is Yolanda Dorian Laird. She is 5 years old. She was last seen on October 6, 1981 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She was in the company of her non-custodial father, Carl Ellis Laird, a 34-year-old black male. They may be in the vicinity of Louisville, Kentucky, or Columbus, Ohio. If you have any information, please call toll-free 1-800-342-0821. Our second missing juvenile is Marjorie Christina Luna. She's also known as Christy. She is 8 years old. She has a slight speech impediment and hearing problem. She was last seen on May 27th of this year at the Belk's General Store in Green Acres City, Florida. She is, unfortunately, they suspect foul play in this case. Anyone having any information on this little girl, please again call the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, 1-800-342-0821. That's 1-800-342-0821. This is the six-man tag team match we've been talking about, and brother, they didn't waste any time waiting for introductions. They're getting it on right now.
Well, in a match like this, you're going to expect a lot of excitement. Normally, you won't see the people getting out there, mixing up like this soon in the match. For these six competitors, it's going to be just a great match. The referees right now seem to have already lost control of the entire match.
Barry Windham moving back into the center of the ring. Bill Alfonso finally getting 4 men out and leaving 2 men in. Angelo Mosca and Barry Windham, and it's Mosca. Going on an elbow. Barry Windham, a beautiful cross-body block. And referee Bill Alfonso caught an elbow in the ribs.
Well, you know, in a match like this with 6 men in there, that referee really has to be careful and try and stay out of the way as best he can. You see where they use the rope for added momentum and added speed. Here comes Black Bart in the ring to try and break that pinning combination up that Barry Windham had on Cowboy Ron Bass.
Big Blackjack Mulligan moves in now against Cowboy Ron Bass. Caught him in the back of the elbow. Bass stunned, makes the tag with Black Bart. 6-man tag team action. Chief Joe Lightfoot is out there. Lightfoot now with beautiful tomahawk chops. And Lightfoot exploding, but got trapped in the corner. Lightfoot trapped in the corner.
Well, Chief Joe Lightfoot is in a dangerous position now over in the corner of men like Angelo Mosca, Black Bart, and Ron Bass. They will be doing their very best to keep him there in that corner until they can defeat this man.
Lightfoot caught with a snapmare. Black Bart punishes him some more on the canvas. And I see Sir Oliver Humperdinck and superstar Billy Graham watching the match with a great deal of interest from outside.
It seems like Sir Oliver Humperdinck has been trying to align quite a few different wrestlers to have in his camp or under his wing or under his influence. Well, it looks like here's...
Wait a minute. Superstar Billy Graham, a karate blow to the throat. And superstar Billy Graham has just entered the ring. The referee calling for the bell. The referee calling for the bell is superstar Billy Graham. And hold on a second. Here comes the one-man gang. The one-man gang is into that ring. We've got a Pier 6 waterfront brawl going here. And they have cleared the ring. They have cleared the ring. We'll be back. Boy, have they cleared the ring. We'll be right back.
It's hot for the hottest music videos. This is Claude Mann inviting you to join us Monday through Friday, 5:30 p.m., Channel 6, WCIX.
TV Liquidators has just purchased hundreds of color TV sets from the finest hotels. Don't miss out on this opportunity of a lifetime. Now, you can buy a color TV set for only $139 while they last. This sale is on now through Sunday. Color TVs, only $139 at the Ramada in Hallandale Beach Boulevard or 595. Hallandale Beach Boulevard or 595. Hurry, first come, first served.
Keeping your floors shining clean is easier than ever with the one and only Roll-O-Matic mop. For wringing, just flip the lever. The rollers do all the work. Your hands never touch the dirty water. Even if the kids track mud all over your just mopped floor, you can clean up fast and easy with the Roll-O-Matic. But the remarkable Roll-O-Matic mop keeps getting better. Look, 2 new sponge heads have been created especially for the Roll-O-Matic. A waxing head that spreads wax evenly without streaking, and a scrubbing head for cleaning carpets. And thanks to its improved design, now you can change heads in just seconds. Simply press these lever rods inward to disengage the hooks, then lift the mop head out from between the rollers. In every family, accidents are bound to happen. But the Roll-O-Matic's unique sponge head is always soft and absorbent to clean up even the messiest spills. So get the original Roll-O-Matic mop today. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
The Roll-O-Matic mop, available at all Eckert Drugs, Sears, True Value Hardware, Walgreens, Kmart, Ace Hardware, Albertsons, Barnett's Hardware, Shoppers Drug Mart, and Gray Discount.
Need relief from athlete's foot?
Feel the Desinex difference.
Medicated Desinex does more than just cure athlete's foot. Relieves cracked, itchy feet. Gives real foot comfort.
After the last song is sung, the USO is still there. Support your USO, because life's toughest battles aren't always fought in the field.
Hector and Chavo Guerrero moving into the ring now, getting set to go against Scott McGee and Dennis Brown. Mike Rotundo, co-holder of the U.S. Tag Team Championship, along with Barry Windham, has joined me here at the desk. And obviously a good chance to do some scouting because these men have got challenges out there.
That's exactly right, Gordon. You know, this is a great opportunity where I can sit and watch every move of the Guerreros because Barry and I do have some upcoming matches. And we're going to look at a very exciting match right here because they have 2 capable opponents.
Beautiful sit-out and reversal by Scott McGee on Chavo Guerrero, and a good ride by McGee. Guerrero trying desperately to get away from it, cannot. McGee stays right on top of him.
That's good. Scott McGee has a great wrestling background, being from England, being a former champion in England, and also having a very successful career in professional wrestling, Gordon. This is a man that, along with Denny Brown, who I think is one of the most improved wrestlers in the country right now. And the Guerrero brothers are obviously a sneaky, sneaky team. You have to watch their every move, Gordon.
No question about that. Chavo Guerrero moves out once again, collar and elbow. This time it's Scott McGee with a side headlock.
You know, any match I've ever seen with the Guerrero brothers has always been exciting. A very colorful tag team. All 4 of these men in the ring are quite well versed in the professional wrestling skills. They've all had a great background. They've all traveled around the United States, around the world. Here's Chavo Guerrero, and seems like...
as you can see right there, Gordon,
Scott McGee just kind of lost his balance there and went down. He wasn't really thrown down. He lost his balance going into the turnbuckle, and consequently, he is at a serious disadvantage now with a full Nelson and the reversal and the full Nelson.
Good reversal on McGee, and behind him once again gets a full Nelson.
That's an unusual situation there, Gordon. Scott McGee is countering these wrestlers very well. Right there, he gives a tag. The fresh man in, Denny Brown. They're working that headlock right now. It's toe-to-toe right now.
Denny Brown brings him up into a full body slam. Hooks that near leg, and Chavo Guerrero back to his feet.
That was a good move by Denny Brown there. As you see from the slam, he covered him with a pin count.
Denny Brown seems to, whoops, missed that time.
I don't think the referee saw that, Gordon.
Couldn't have, and Chavo Guerrero gets credit for a pin here. Chavo Guerrero getting credit for a pin. Now the two of them setting off on... wait a minute. Rotundo in his street clothes just... Brother. Scott McGee and Mike Rotundo. Tell you what, we have seen some great action here today on Championship Wrestling 84. Joining me here at the desk now is Sir Oliver Humperdinck and superstar Billy Graham.
I just wanted to come out to clear the air about a few things. I heard this big old country bumpkin, stumbling goof oaf, the one-man gang out here saying how confused and dazed he is. Well, I'm going to eliminate all the dazed and confused right now. The one-man gang, as of that night in Lakeland, is no longer with me. He is fired. He has been terminated. We are walking different paths. You understand what I'm saying? No more confusion, one-man gang. You're through. I don't want to see you again. I don't want to talk to you again. I don't even want to be in the same arena with you. I've got no time for incompetency. This man is incompetent.
No, he's stupid.
He's stupid. He's slow.
A jerk. And one-man gang, superstar Billy Graham is the king of the full Nelson. Superstar Billy Graham is the king, you understand, of the barrel, the man with the 22-inch pythons. And if you ever get in my face again, one-man gang, you're gonna fall like a giant redwood. A 300-foot tall redwood fall to the ground with a karate chop.
There it is, 700 pounds right there, baby. One-man gang, listen up now, listen real good. Draw your chair up to the TV set right here and listen to this.
Superstar Billy Graham.
You were right when they said there's lines being drawn. You were right when they said there's so much evil on this side. Well, I live with evil. I walk with evil. And I talk with evil. And gang, I don't want to...
Excitement, action, comedy, or mystery, Channel 6 has it all on the Saturday 1 o'clock movie. It's coming up next on WCIX Channel 6.